Men and women both deceive themselves in one respect, because what they hold dear and worthy of respect are only their own ideals and goals. Depression is the price people pay for self-knowledge. The deeper you look into life, the deeper the suffering you endure. Never share your problems with others, because most of them are happy that you have those problems, and the rest do not care at all. The more we make ourselves happy, the more we forget to hurt others. Instead of insisting on being right, it is better to admit that you were wrong, especially when you are right. Marriage at an older age is dangerous because such a decision often arises under the strong influence of loneliness. If you are being praised, be very careful. It means you are not yet on your true path, but on another path. Freedom of speech and freedom of the pen can be taken away by a power greater than human beings, but freedom of thought can never be taken away. If dreams and aspirations are taken away from a human being, he becomes the most miserable creature on earth. Two things always arouse my constant and increasing wonder and admiration: the starry sky above me and the moral law within me. Music is the most pleasurable of the arts, but it teaches us nothing. What nourishes the human mind and soul and is instructive is poetry and verse. At a certain period of time, I was forced to deny knowledge in order to make room for faith. Be such that you can tell anyone. Act as I do. It is not necessary that I live happily while I live, but it is necessary that I live honorably as long as I live. Reading all good books is like a conversation with the finest minds of past centuries. From the crooked timber of humanity, nothing straight has ever been made. Believe in God, because you are in need of such a belief. The primary duty of true governments is to prevent human beings from being treated as objects and, at the very least, to impose authority only insofar as it maximizes individual freedom. The sweetest result of precision and discipline is victory. If it is asked whether we currently live in an enlightened age, the answer must be no. But we certainly live in an age of enlightenment. Beauty is a sign of good morality. Enlightenment is mankind's release from its self-imposed immaturity. The best pleasures are rest after work. What distinguishes a human being is not the body, but the soul. Even the wrath of heaven is abundance for the earth. Knowledge is organized information, and wisdom is organized life. Human desires are endless. Whenever one desire is fulfilled, another arises. Morality must govern art. Act only in such a way that your conduct could become a universal law. Thoughts without content are empty. Intuitions without concepts are blind. One who is cruel to animals becomes rude in dealing with people as well. We can judge a person's heart by how he treats animals. It is always good to remember that everything we imagine can be realized through reason. Ingratitude is the essence of wickedness in the world. Women have strong feelings toward everything that is valuable, distinctive, and ornamented. Science is organized knowledge. Wisdom is organized life. By lying, a man destroys the dignity of his manhood. The only thing a woman desires from a man is to obtain his self-control. The laws of happiness are something to do, something to love, and something to hope for. No one can build a bridge for you to cross the stream of life except yourself. The superior human being is distinguished from others by fearlessness and readiness to confront misfortune. Hope is, in reality, worse than anything else because it prolongs human suffering. Sometimes people do not want to hear the truth because then all their illusions would collapse. He who has a why to live can endure almost anyhow. To become what you want to be, you must not hold the weakest possible image of yourself. Parents unconsciously make their child resemble themselves and call it upbringing. Feeling good in marriage means feeling good about your partner's shortcomings and about each other's imperfections. I have my own path, and you have your own path. Therefore, there is no single correct path. Perhaps I know best why only humans laugh. They suffer so deeply that they were forced to invent laughter. Knowing, not fleeing from responsibility, and not shifting it onto others are signs of a great human being. Arrogance is the easiest way to destroy honor. In love, always reach a boundary where your identity and your beloved's identity merge into one. Yet each person must still preserve their own role and identity. You must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame. How could you rise again if you have not first become ashes? Remaining happy while engaged in tedious and highly responsible work is no small art. Love is deceptive and destructive, not redemptive. Politicians divide people into two categories: tools and enemies. Preaching chastity is a form of public incitement against nature. Avoiding sexual relations and humiliating sexuality is the ultimate crime against life and a sin against the sacred spirit of life. Goodness and virtue should not be universal, otherwise they cease to be virtues. For what is universal has no vibration. A woman is incapable of friendship. She knows only love and nothing more. One cannot derive a moral principle from harmony with nature, because nature is ruthless. If humans acted according to nature, they would have to be ruthless as well. If after the age of 40 you still desire sexual relations, it means there is still much life left to live. All your ideals are summed up in three questions. What do I know? What can I do? What may I hope for? Even the anger of heaven brings abundance to the earth. The true distinction of a human being lies not in the body, but in the spirit. The sweetest outcome of order and discipline is triumph. Human wishes never come to an end. Once one is fulfilled, another immediately emerges. Ethics must rule over art. Judging morality means evaluating the intention behind an action. No event is moral by nature. Morality is a human interpretation. Youth often believe they are far happier or far more miserable than they truly are. Whoever cannot command himself will be commanded by others. Corrupting the young is easiest by teaching them to prefer conformity over difference. To become who you wish to be, you must not hold a weak vision of yourself. Parents shape their children in their own image and call it education. A good marriage means feeling at peace with each other's flaws. Human dignity is preserved only when responsibility is accepted and not abandoned.